Welcome to another session with True Talk with Justadetoun. You need to keep it real here. We tell ourselves the truth. Yes, on this episode, it's going to be me, you, I, all the time. So I'm going to speak into your hearts. And if you have any questions for me, don't forget to send us an email. You know, if you dey vex or waiting with a talk for here, like it doesn't go down well with you, I'm sorry. I'm really I'm sorry, but we have to keep telling ourselves the truth. Yes, I keep saying it. No one is gonna fix it for us if we cannot fix this world by ourselves. The way the world is going right now, Oba mi lẹ́rù o, àyà mi ń já. I feel like crying. Things have gone bad, like our children have lost track, the society has lost track. Where our moral values, where our core values, where is our culture, you know? A lot of things are no longer the way it used to be. And who do we blame this at? I think it's technology. For me, I just keep saying technology and parenting. And at the same time, I always still say, most importantly, sometimes you cannot blame the parents, sometimes you blame the government. The government remains the first parents of every child. Yes. Now here for Nigeria, mama and papa, they claim authoritative ownership of that child. Every child belongs to the government. To me, as you see me, so Justadetoun, I'm a government property. That is why when I have any problem, the first person I shout is this government that is not doing me right or well. Dollar exchange and everything. Anyways, we're going to come to that. We're still going to be talking about so many things. I told you this show don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about love, life, sex, government, me, you know, what is eating you up, what is encouraging you. Share your views, I share my views, and that is why we call it Talk with Justadetoun. We have a bedeviling situation in our society today, whether it is Nigeria or in diaspora. The situation is bedeviling. Our children are growing so fast, like they're growing so fast beyond what we can expect. They've grown above their ages, they've grown above their exposure, they've grown above we parents. Now, I'm bold to say that our children are now the professors and we are the teachers. Professor get title past teacher now. Things that we teach our children from home, our children got into the society, they go into the society and they begin to learn other side. So do our children believe us anymore? Do our children trust us anymore? Do our children take our words for it anymore? It's very, very important. And I think we've gotten to the point where we need to talk about this. Today, we need to look into what is motivating our children, what is discouraging them, what is encouraging them. What are they learning? Who are they learning from? Who are their role models? What are the role models doing? And how are the role models impacting on our children's lives? So sad, so painful, but so true to talk, that the people we call role models, whether they are musicians, whether they are actors, they are actresses, and all of that, their lifestyle plays a key important role in what our children have become today. Every child, gone were those days when we used to have, like when I was young, they said, who is your role model as a musician? Because I'm a gospel artist. They ask you, who is your role model as a musician? And I'll be like, I have so-so person. I have so-so person. Who is your favorite actress? Yes. You know, we all have this one person, whether it is a man or a woman that we look up to, want to become. Some people tell you Oprah Winfrey is their role model. Some people tell you Tony Abraham is their role model. Some people tell you it's Genevieve Nanji. Some people tell you it's Elon Musk. You know, our children have different role models and we cannot stop that. But what role do these role models play in teaching our children the negative sides of life? Fine, we are in the stage where we are in a society where everything is all about social media now. How do we control our children from getting the adverse effects of the things that they see? Is it possible? Who do we talk to? These children go to school. From school, they learn all sorts from friends, from peer groups. They learn all sorts of watching TV. They learn all sorts watching a lot of things on their phones, because even a lot of schools these days want to use phones to teach these children. Do they have a parental control on all of these gadgets that they give to these children? The question is yes, and it is no. Some people have, a lot of people do not have. And our children are also learning from this. Now I'm going to budge it down to the issue of drugs and drinks. Music, artists, music videos, and all of that. What are the messages that pass via these channels? Are you passing a message through your sound? Are you passing a message through the words? Are you passing a message through the gestures? Are you passing a message through the demonstration? If a 15-year-old child or a 16-year-old child has one of all our A-list celebrities as a role model who is a musician, and then you see that in their videos, all they do is to smoke weed, they take alcohol and all of that. Obviously, do these children know that this thing is bad? Do we have age restrictions on all of these videos that we push out there? Are we able to tell our children that until you get a certain age, you're not liable to do this and that? One thing everybody should understand at this point is one person gives birth to a child, but the whole society owes that child the responsibility to protect and to teach that child. What is your message to every child out there? How do we censor this? How do we control this? How do we curb this? How do we speak into these children's heads? How do we make them to know that until you get to a certain stage? Or are we trying to say that automatically the irregularities have become regular and the abnormalities have become a norm? Where is our moral value? What messages are we passing by what we do to the public face? Yes, a lot of people are making money, hitting it hard. Yes, the breakthrough, they become international artists, they become, everything. But do you think about the consequences of the negative images that we put out there to our children? This is a growing generation and these children are growing into negative things. Now our children do not fear anybody, neither do they fear anything because they know better than we do. They practice a lot of atrocities behind closed door. And most of these children are not even ashamed to come out now to say that this thing is wrong because they see their role models doing it, because they see adults displaying it publicly without limitations. Who do we blame for this? You still need to send me an email, send your questions down below, send your suggestions down below. It's an advocacy and we have to continue to impact in our children's life. For me, I feel the government needs to regulate some things, whether it is here in Nigeria or abroad, because if they don't watch the local one, they will see watch the international one, the worldwide. So how do we talk about this? Do you think we should go back into parental limits where age restriction will be put on these things? Do you think there have to be platforms where children can only watch any of these things? What is the music industry promoting to our children now? What are the wordings in this music that they are promoting into our children now? These things are very, very important. We need to continue to review and understand that if you and I continue this way, then the whole world is going to tumble on our face one day. Because whatever it is, if you call yourself a parent out there and all you do is to work and seek for a better life for your child, a better education, security, you have to understand that your children have the second parents of what they watch outside, and it also plays a key role in their lifestyle. We have to look at it. We have to be able to caution ourselves about what we do, because it's not for we alone. It's for our generation that are growing. Nothing you do today is for yourself. Whatever you and I will do today is for our children and our incoming generation. So what template are you laying? I leave it to you to take your conscience. If you want to impact in children's life negatively or positively, ask yourself, what is my role and how am I influencing these children? How many of our celebrities even go to schools, go to churches, go to mosques, go to public places to talk to our children these days? Basically, they don't do it. They only come to meet our celebrities during concerts, like, hip hop, hooray, shout, I'm in love with you, I'm a fan of you. What about upcoming? How do you impact in their lives? What do you tell them? This question is for you celebrities, actors, actresses, top role models, wherever you are. How do they perceive you on the streets? Check back and ask yourself. Immoralities shouldn't be practiced by people we call role models. But what are the immoralities? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. If somebody says that it's normal for a celebrity to have unprotected sex and it's not a big deal and they can still talk about it confidently and nobody's saying no to it, if somebody can say that these things, our girls will look at it and these girls will feel that this is a normal thing. So what does that mean? So we parents, we need to start to encourage our children to choose role models on the positive side. I have not said that role models are bad, but the impacts, the gesture they put out there, the charisma they put out there, the effort they put out there to promote their effort. What is the consequences? Where does it bulge to? How does it boil down to the next person? Teach your children, tell your children to pick role models that would impact positively into their lives. A lot of times now, the society do not promote people who excel in academics. They do not promote people who excel in technical skills. They do not promote people who have better knowledges and that can impact and can influence our younger generation. Now, it's music, acting, and all of that is taking over. I think we need to take a step back and retrace our actions and our deeds because of our children. It's very contradicting that our children go to schools, the teachers teach them this, they go to churches, they teach them moral values. Even at home, the parents try to talk to them, do this right, do this wrong. And the people they now look up to as role models are not even doing any one of these. You see, so there's a contradictory parenting skill in our society today because our children are not only limited to what their parents tell them, they're not only limited to what the school is teaching them, they're also exposed to what is going on in the society. We need to come together to fix it. Until I come your way some other time, I remain true talk. Make una no vex. Waiting I talk will shock some people negatively. That's just the way I think our society needs to keep embracing. Don't forget, we are one family. Whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're green, whether you're purple, we are one family. And we owe our children a responsibility. So you children out there, say no to drugs, say no to early premarital sex. No, it's not right for you. Do what you have to do. Read properly, attain something which is education, build up your skill, tell your parents about your passion, learn something, tailoring, makeup, styling, comedy, whatever it is, you can excel. Tell yourself, I'm gonna excel. Tell yourself, I'm gonna become an Adeyanju, a child that was well-trained and delivered success to his or her parents. Until I come your way some other time, I remain Justadetoun. Follow the link down below. Tell somebody to tell somebody. You see this sheep one is sailing on a high altitude. You don't want to miss out. Mwah.